Hello everyone and welcome to my NBA 2K17 predictions video. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you all my predictions for the season. Starting with the up and coming teams. I am predicting, bold prediction, may or may not be, that the Timberwolves will make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. In the second round, the Rockets will be there. But the West, as we know, is very, very competitive. Now, the problem, like the Rockets, the Thunder, the teams that have gotten very, very much better, they still won't go far, in my opinion. The Thunder won't go far. First, second round exit, probably. They won't go far. They won't make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. That's my prediction. I think there's too much Spurs, the Timberwolves. I think there's too many variables past. And the other prediction is that the Warriors, unfortunately, for most fans, will win the NBA title. And this, if you look at it logically, it's not too much of a surprise. They had the best team last year, and they added upon that. They added Nick. We've seen the footage of JaVale McGee, or at least most of us have. If you haven't, I'll link it in the description of him shooting jump shots. And, they're just getting all around better and better. And, the teams in the East, the main teams in the East, for the most part, have been getting sort of worse. Hence the Cavaliers, who starting the year, Kyrie Irving will not be part of the team. Not part of the team. That's not a bold prediction, actually. That's a pretty common prediction. He will not be part of the team. He will be on. Here's the prediction: the Suns. The Suns. I think they offer Eric Bledsoe, Dragan Bender, and a 2019 first-round pick or something like that. And they get Jackson because I think they don't want a 2-year rental. Well, they want a 2-year rental, but they don't want him in exchange for a player that'll be there for a minimum 7 years. And that's just a risk I don't think they want to take. And Kyrie Irving paired with Devin Booker would be fun to watch. I don't think they'll mesh together, because I think at this point you want Devin Booker to have the ball for at least a year, and I don't think the Suns are doing that. And I think that's going to hinder them, and I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I know people have been saying they're the surprise team. No, they're not a surprise team, if you ask me. They'll finish dead last. They'll be in the lottery again. And they'll be high in the lottery. And that's just the prediction there. The Denver Nuggets, I know a lot of people have been saying they're also a very much a sleeper team. And that is one that I fully agree with. Player that I thought the Rockets should actually chase, surprisingly enough. Because the Rockets, they have James Harden, Chris Paul. Their guards are set. You need a big man. And Clint Capella, he can't shoot free throws on a consistent basis. He's a good player to come off the bench, or maybe in the future he can evolve his game and become a starting caliber player. But right now he can't do too much, and I think that'll be a downside for them. And they needed someone like a big man who could stretch the floor, because in today's NBA you need to be able to stretch the floor and you need to be able to shoot from three-point land, and I think Paul Millsap would just blend right in, very unselfish. But that's not what the video is about. He did not get signed. And on the other note, West video, because I'm going to be mainly talking about the West. And another prediction, I think that Oklahoma City Thunder will finish with the 3rd seed in the West. I feel like this will be this year was the final year that the San Antonio Spurs were going to be good. I think, for the first time in a long time, evaluate the situation. I mean, LaMarcus Aldridge isn't working. If he doesn't have breakout, I have a feeling he'll leave. And that's just, they're not in a good position overall to do anything. And I don't see why they would want to keep this together for any longer, unless they're able to sign another big name free agent, which could very well happen. Could very well happen, but I don't think they're gonna do that, and I don't think anyone trying to come after Cousins, and they missed out on their chance to get Chris Paul. So I think this is the year that the Spurs finally end it. They're not gonna be, I'm not prediction. They're not gonna be a top 3 seed. They're not gonna win 60 plus games. Not gonna do any of that. And I think that my top 3 seeds would probably be Warriors, Timberwolves, Rockets. Pick who you want. I don't disagree with anyone who says Thunder or Rockets. I think they're about equal. Maybe Rockets are probably slightly better, but depends on what they're going to do to trade for Carmelo Anthony. And that's of right now. Once they have Carmelo Anthony, I think they'll definitely be up there to compete with the Timberwolves. And yes, they will add Carmelo Anthony. And, the Knicks have already said that they've resumed trade talks. He's gone. Carmelo Anthony's gone. He's not starting next year with the Knicks. Or at least I hope. That would be just a shame. Imagine him getting booed. He deserves a better place. So, that's my other prediction. And I think that the Cavaliers will not make it out of the East this year. Not make it out of the East. I think once you trade Kyrie Irving, you can get a good package from the Suns or from the Timberwolves, but I don't think you're going to get a good enough package. If the Celtics can trade for a good piece, if Danny Ainge can finally make the big move to upgrade the team, I think that's what they need to do. And that's what I think they're going to do before the trade deadline ends in February. Or have they extended it? I think they've extended it. Don't quote me on that. And news prediction, I think the Warriors will have a tough road this year. I think they can, they can stretch it out to 7 games and go toe-to-toe with them, at least on offense. And I think it's going to be a really exciting year. MVP predictions and things like that, I think, this is a toughie, actually. But I think from the bottom of me, James Harden will win the 2018 MVP. Simply because now you can't have the debate, his team's constructed. Because he puts up numbers like 26, 6-6 or something, I think, or 28, 8-8, monster numbers that he usually puts up. He'll be able to do that. And, if Chris Paul just kind of rides with him and puts up, 18, 9-9, or not 9-9, 18, 9-3 probably. He's probably going to have to give it up. And I think Kevin Durant is going to have a good chance of winning. Just my honest opinion. I think the Warriors will be better than they were last year. They'll be up there in the 70 wins, if you ask me. I think they're just going to be such a well-oiled machine that if Durant puts up like 27, then I think he'll be second to James Harden. Not first, but second. Which is good for a player who betrayed. Salty Thunder fan. Anyway, let's get off of my depressing subjects. And I think the Warriors will also win the NBA championship. Now, here are some ways that I think the Warriors could mess this up. Injuries is obviously one. Injuries are a real thing. Injuries do happen. But, I don't think if all goes well, if no injuries occur, then the only way I see them winning if Marc Gasol. They've been in trade talks for a long time for Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol, Anthony Davis, but I heard a report saying that the Anthony Davis is not leaving New Orleans. So that's not what you want to hear if you're a Boston Celtics fan, hoping to get Anthony Davis. But I think they have a real chance to get Marc Gasol, because why would the Grizzlies keep Marc Gasol? But in the loaded West, they need to blow it up. You've lost Zach Randolph. It's all over. It's over for them, and the Grizzlies need to blow it up. They need to go into full-on rebuild, and I don't even know if they're going to make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. They're not going to make the playoffs. There's my prediction. No playoffs for Grizzlies. And the Mavericks, I think they should take the Mavericks idea and just realize how loaded the West is far out. They're not going to make it far. I mean, even if they slip into the 8th seed, and I highly doubt it, they'll just get swept. They'll just get swept, and there's no point of going into the 8th seed to get swept. They should blow it up. Get some young players, maybe see if you can put Mike Conley on the trade block or keep Mike Conley, even though I don't think you want to keep his salary at $38 million, and I don't think that's a realistic salary. He is an underrated player, even though he's very high paid now. Underrated player, but still he's not worth $30 million if you ask me. And I can understand why they would pay him $30 million, but I don't think he's worth $30 million, and I think they should see if they can put him on the trade block. But they should try and see if they can get Mark Stahl for some young players. I think that would be really good, or young players, young picks. On hindsight, I think the way the Boston Celtics could win is if they acquire Kyrie Irving, Isaiah Thomas. They keep Isaiah Thomas because I talked about that last video, that they could very well keep Isaiah Thomas, according to a report from MT USA, my bad. And so they could very well keep him. And the problem for the Warriors would be, a list of players like Kyrie Irving. Let's think. Kyrie Irving, you're going to keep Isaiah Thomas, you can package Gordon Hayward, and then you keep Al Horford, and then you get Marc Gasol. And then I think you need to trade for some just liable defensive players, because I don't think their lineup defensively would be able to keep up. Because that's something that the people don't talk about the Warriors. They're very, very, very clustered. They're very good defensively, actually. And that's something that we don't really focus on. We always focus on the offense, they're putting up 120, 130, 140 some games, and that's what, people go like, wow, that's out of this world, which it is, but the defense is something that they don't talk about, and I think that's something that they really need to, and that's just going to conclude. If you think they were wrong, if you think they were right, if you think that, no, this is going to happen, or no, the Rockets will upset the Warriors, or something like that would happen, or no, the Cavaliers will still go to the finals, let me know, and I'd be happy to listen to you, and tune in next time.